Okay, so now we're going to start the next workshop. For this one, I'll be going over a lot of the previous stuff we talked about, but I'm hoping in this one we can start working our way towards making an actual model. So for this one, we're just going to be creating the overall model, and probably like in the next session we'll actually rig the model, then probably start animating it, and then probably finish it in another session, and then another session for texturing. That all takes a while. But for now, we're just going to work on building a model. So if we want, we can just start with this. Oh, actually, no. Cube's boring. Oh, the delete key. Oh, yeah, I should probably explain everything I do. You can just go to add mesh. Just do a sphere. Okay. So you'll notice also right here, there's like this little part talking about segments and rings. It's just talking about like how many polygons you want on this. So if you want to like reduce it, on the bottom left. Oh wait, did you like try moving it already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's why. Cause as far as I know, that option only appears before you actually move it. I have yet to actually see if there's any way to change it afterwards, but as far as I know. It'll do it. We should probably go like 50. We're getting spherical. Rings is like the horizontal, and then segments is vertical. So I'm just gonna set it to like 16 or something simple. You can edit either or, they'll also change it. Because one is changing, the segment is changing the vertical, the rings is changing the horizontal. Like, yeah, it's really weird that it just appears. But here we got our sphere. Then something I like to do just to make it look nicer, there's this smoothing, like smooth shading option. Then you click it, bam. Now it no longer looks so blocky.
But does that transfer over to like in-game at all?
Yeah. Maybe next time I can bring up like an actual example of like, I could just bring up Unity. Oh, there's like a little option, I guess I'll use the mouse, right here. You can also do it in the edit mode if you like, and it'll be, I believe, here under shading / UVs on the leftmost option, it'll also be there. But this is more like, oh, say I only want particular parts. So let's just, if you hit B, you bring up this little option. You can click and drag your selection. So I'm just going to select this portion or whatever. And I'm going to go flat for the shading on the faces. So it doesn't look that different here. That's only because of all the lines. Object mode, you can see it's all flat. Yeah. I just tried right clicking something and I right click on the what? Why is it on Control V until you no, turn back until you somehow get okay, there we go. So I don't know what you so you need to just right click something and select. Okay, so yeah. So now you can just hit B like on your keyboard and now you can click and drag. And also on edit mode you can hit A to select every vertex on your object and A again to deselect every vertex. So let's just Yeah, they're all just faces, because if we here, so you can see through it all. If I just like, also when you're in the what was it called? I already forgot. Wireframe. There we go. You can select all the way through it, because when you have the solid form, it'll only select the points you can see. But since you can see through it, you can select everything behind it as well. If you want to just delete all the vertices, you can see. Voila. You don't have to do this. I'm just showing it as a feature. Oh, just that. You can just select one, and you hit the delete key. You can select vertices. You can choose either vertices, edges, or faces, but it'll change what you actually do. Yeah. So now you can go back to solid. Now it's a hollow, like, ball. So when you import this to Unity, if you look at the inside of this, the object will be invisible because of backface culling in Unity, which is kind of annoying, because at least here it's automatically off, so you don't have to deal with, like, if it was on, you would just see right through it. But as far as I know, in Unity, you have to actually implement a shader to allow for to get rid of backface culling in Unity, so that's kind of annoying. But well, once you figure out how to do that shader, then you can just do whatever you want with these polygon, just like one-sided faces. So if you just want to create flat objects, so you go to File, Export. You can export as an SBX, and then when you have that actual file, you can click it, drag it, and drop it in Unity. So that includes the rigging, the animations, all of that will be available.
I imported a model like the other week. I literally just took the basic Blender file and dropped it in, and it worked.
Yeah, but I think the only reason that does work is because you have Blender installed. Because I think if you have put it on a Unity that doesn't have Blender on that computer, it won't work. Because I know we were facing that problem with Concord, where for some reason the model started glitching up if they didn't have Blender. But if they did have Blender, the model's fine. Otherwise, the model had like a stiff arm that wouldn't bend. I don't know why. Oh, it's because now you're clicking the individual points. So you see, there's those arrows. Or you can use let me just go over the hotkeys real fast. So it doesn't matter which mode you're in, but let's just, if I select the whole thing, you can hit G and you can move it. Hit G, if you hit G, you see you can move. And then if you hit G and then either X, Y, or Z, you can change what axis you're moving. So you don't have to, they can go, whoa, wee, whoop. Oh yeah, don't hit, yeah, because Z will just change what you're looking at. I don't know, on instinct I tend to just go down here, just to like, just because, but you can just Z, it's faster. So G is movement, so as you can see you have your three options down here. Translate, this is translation, rotation, and like scaling. So if you hit R, you'll rotate. I mean, it's a sphere, so it's not that noticeable, but, and then same as the other one, you can do X, Y, or Z to change which rotation, like which axis. Oh, just Control Z. Just, undo. Because I believe you can also just go to, actually not sure if there's a section for undoing on there. I just always do Control Z. Okay, so we got those two, and now the last one is scale, which changes the size of it all. S. So then you can also do X to get like an oval. Okay. So if you can do X, Y, or Z again. Oh no, you gotta hit S first. While you have like the scale going, you can just hit X, Y, or Z. And they're also color coordinated, I guess. So down here you can see you can always tell like what direction you're facing. So the y-axis, x-axis, and z-axis. And then in this one only works in edit mode, but you can hit the E button to do that. Extrude. So you can do that with either a point, or you can, let's just select a face. Bam, you can extrude just the face. You just right click. And then if you want to select multiple points, you can just hold down Shift. And then you can just hit A to deselect them all whenever you're done. So now that we know those basic tools, we can probably just start making something. So let's just, you can also go to these option menus on the side. You click on the one that looks like a square. Or I'll wait till you guys are done editing. Actually, just like, no, that's fine. But there's this little option menu, which just allows you to change like the overall position when you're in object mode. So you can just say, I want to set this back. Oh, whoops. Bam. So now it's back centered again. So what do you want to do? Just the point? Oh, so you want to go to object mode, and then just delete it. Yeah, because if you delete it while in edit mode, it still kind of technically exists. The center, the little yellow dot will still be there, which is kind of like the center of the entire object. So now, what should we make? Well, let's just create like a little character. Oh god, I moved him over there. So now I'm just going to, oh, and then this little cursor here is where your object's going to spawn whenever you add something. So if we go to mesh, just add another sphere, why not? Make this one smooth. And then let's just zero it all out. Yep. Just so I can have it nice and centered. Let's make this like a head. Tiny. So normally I have this, let's run this over here. It's just a little easier. Because you can just add whatever shapes you like. I'm just going with these just because. Let's just reduce the complexity of it. I'm just going to make a cylinder. We extend it, or scale it on the Z. So now I have a neck of some sort. Hello. So there we go, now we got like a neck. Not a very good neck, because it doesn't have a lot of flexibility. But that's fine, just for the purposes of teaching. We can just stick with it. So I'll wait till you guys catch up. And you guys just want me to explain anything? Okay. So whenever you want to like connect objects together, so then they're no longer considered two separate objects, and you want to like edit them at the same time, you can just hit Control J when you have them selected. And you'll notice now they both have a yellow outline. So if I go into edit mode, I can only edit that, can't edit this because it's not joined. I can show it again. So when you have your two separate objects, so you notice there's a yellow and an orange outline. Because you hold shift down when you click another object. There you go. So then you can just hit Control J and it'll join the objects. Mm-hmm. So now they are one and the same. Okay. So before we parent it to the body, just to make this model a bit more simplistic, I'm just going to copy it. So you can just do Control C, Control V, just like you would in like Word. And you can see I have a duplicate of the object. So now I'm going to use the same basis just to make like arms. So I'll make him a bit smaller than his head. Then oh, the screen's not recording. Oh, that's a problem. I did not. Should I just stop the stream? Alright, well then I'll fix it. Okay, that's the wrong one. Okay, we're back. Well, for the people watching, that's going to be yeah. That really sucked, but I guess I can just reiterate what I did. I created, well, you know what, I'll just, instead of copying the arms, I'll just recreate them right here. I can go a little faster because people at home can pause. I just created a sphere, and I just shrink, well, I'll shrink it down later. On our YouTube channel for GameSpawn at UCR. I actually learned it in GameSpawn from a workshop. I think it was, I'll just keep it there for now. How many years was it? I think it was in my second year. I haven't been explaining any of what I'm doing, but all I was trying to do is get them centered. Oh no, I didn't. And then I'm going to scale it in the Z direction. I'm just gonna. I guess there's also this option here instead of Control J, but Control J is just.
I added a mesh while I was in edit mode, and then it was automatically all in the same object.
Yeah, you can do that too. I just like doing it this way because at least then the center of mass gets a little weird when you start creating objects in edit mode. Because well, it's technically the same thing, but I just find it easier to do it in object mode so you can kind of keep track of everything. So I'm going to go to edit mode. Okay, so you can use these view options here if you ever want to like get a specific perspective, especially if you click this option, view perspective or ortho. And then you can just hit a different direction, either left to right, back, front, bottom, or top. So that way you can deal with it in just 2 axes instead of 3. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch it over to wireframe. And select all of these points. And And what I'm going to do is hit E to extrude. I'm going to do it several times. To do what? Oh, because right now what I'm doing is just for the arm bit. Because I'm going to try and make it so we can have like bendable arms. His arms are going to be very long, but that's fine. Exactly. Let's smooth that out. I didn't smooth the neck on this one. Bam. It just looks nicer when it's smooth. So now, duplicate it. You can also do Control-C, Control-V, or if you want, you can just hit this duplicate button. Now I have both arms. I'm not going to worry about making them too symmetrical, but I'm going to rotate it. You can also type in your measurements. So say if you are scaling it or you're translating it and you just want to move it a certain amount of units, you can just type it. You can see right at the bottom. Yeah. Okay. Well, you can't see it, but right down here in the bottom corner, when I start typing, you'll notice there's a 90 degrees in the bottom left because that's what I typed. And that'll have rotated it 90 degrees. I'm going to do the same for, I'm going to do negative 90 degrees, so it's facing the other way. Stick them there. Try to make them about the same. How does that look? A little more. Okay, they're basically symmetrical at this point. So I guess I'll wait till you guys catch up. If you want. It's just a lot easier when you're laying out the bones, just so then you can have them matched directly. You just say, okay, I want that flat, and the bone flat, and the arm flat, so you can easily line them up. It's just more for convenience. That's why you'll see like all models are in a T-pose, because that way it makes it easier to set the bones and to rig it as well. When you hit R to rotate, you can, and then you can just type the specific. It'll do it from where it started. So since you already have it turned, you probably want like 45 degrees. You're typing in a lot more than 40. That's all right. So now what I think I'm going to do, duplicate the arms, hit V to move them down, like just down, and I'm going to rotate that by 90, rotate that by negative 90 because it's flipped. And then we can leave, oh whoops. You can just grab both of them, and if you want, you can just scale them. Well, actually, no, scaling them will ruin them. Never mind, I'm a liar. It's only if you like want to bring them together, but it's more for like small things, like if you're moving individual points, not for whole parts. So if I did truly want these to be symmetrical, I could just be typing in the exact numbers of movement and then just mirroring that to the other side. There's also like the mirror option. So like if I were to mirror that around the Z-axis, nope. Y-axis. I'm still new to the mirroring thing, so that's why I don't really want to teach it right now, because I still need to learn that. I usually tend to just model both sides, which honestly mirroring would be so much more efficient. Yeah. Let me just check to make sure that. Wait, what happened? Did I not? I gotta edit. Oh no, okay, the joints are still there. For a moment I thought I messed up. Yeah, okay, they're all there. Let's lower these a teeny bit more. Okay, so now we have this little guy. Let me just make sure which way it's forward. Okay, so this is the front of the model. Oh, this is the camera. So if you were to render it, it's where you're going to be viewing it from. So usually, if you have like very, very detailed models, this is where it becomes more important, because here you're always going to see the more simplified version of your model. But this is going to be like a more high definition, I guess is what I'm trying to say. There's also the sun right here is a light source. You can always add a lamp or a camera if you ever delete them. When you import them to Unity, you probably want to delete these so they don't get dragged along as well. But they're nice. I'll just keep them. I'll just. Okay, so now that we got all this, I'm going to join all the arms and legs. The reason I didn't join them earlier is so I could copy paste them without grabbing the whole thing. Now I'm just gonna, well, I'm just gonna use the button here. Join. Oh, okay. So there's a problem with the leg. I've had this happen to me several times, but I know how to fix it. It's not a fun solution, but it's a solution. You have to select all of the points affected by this. So now I gotta show you just a moment. Let me just grab these. So you'll notice that it's oh, let me fix it real. Okay, so well, basically what you'll see is that I'll reselect it all. The shadowing here is saying that this is the inside of the model. It's flipped inside out right now. That can happen sometimes with joining. I'm not too certain why. So I just grab all the. This is where it gets a little hectic, because then you need to grab only the points. And what I'm going to do is mesh, faces, and flip normals. So now if I were to look at it, there we go. The normals are flipped on it. So it's just real. I don't know why it does that. But basically, what I said before about like, oh, you can only see one side of a face in Unity, that entire leg would be invisible because the normals were flipped on it. But yeah, now we have this whole model. So if you want, you could keep it like this, or what I'm going to try to do. Actually, probably have to deparent these. Oops. Okay, so if you want, you can undo it. Instead of just joining them, we can actually, I guess, use booleans to combine them into one actual object. Because here we're just grouping objects into one object, but what we can do is actually combine them. Because as you can see right now, this is inside of the sphere. This is like an extra material that the player will never see and has no point in ever seeing. So that's just kind of extra polygon that you really don't need. So you can go to File, User Preferences, and then it might start over here, but you can just go to Add-ons, and here you can choose whatever you like. There are so many different options. Let's see. Import Unreal skeleton mesh. Oh wow. What else we got? A head chain. I don't know what that. Animated render baker. Ooh. I might try messing with that. But let's see. The option I like right here, Object Bool Tool. Once you select that, you can just click Save User Settings, and it will add those options to your to here. So you'll notice on my object mode, there's Bool Tools here at the bottom now. I can wait till you guys catch it, or unless you want me to repeat it. If you go to, okay, we have to go to object mode. I believe there are technically Bool tools in edit mode, but I don't remember where they were. Nor do I think they were that effective. I just like doing it in object mode. So basically, since we're going to join these two objects together, we select the two of them using Shift and then right click it, and we'll do union. Did it do it? Oh, whoops, that was auto boolean. I meant to do brush. So then you just apply, and now they're connected, but if you go to edit mode, it's now actually connected. You'll see that inside part is no longer there. So it's as if you extended this outward and created like a much cleaner object. If you want to just like mess around with those, I'm just going to group all of these. I didn't do that with the hands. Probably should have done that in the first place. This is still like a, oh god, I don't want to take the difference of it. If I take the difference, oh, deselect. It'll eliminate everywhere where that leg was. But that's not what I want. I want to do union. Wait, what's going on? No, I keep misclicking. I'm going to apply union to them all. Up, and here it is again. I don't know why this leg in particular is acting up, but we can fix it. Or if you're just tired of selecting points, you can always select edges or faces. And down here at the bottom, there's these little squares. It's a yellow dot, a yellow line, and a yellow square. These will allow you to change what you select. Oops, I didn't mean to deselect everything. That. I want to select only. Oh god, it's selecting everything but what I want. So there are some issues with the Bool tool. So it's like it's not like the best tool in the world. It has its flaws. What?
Yes.
Weird. weird. Hold on. Okay, that's really weird. Maybe you have to restart it and open it back up. But we can worry about that. This is mainly just for fun to try out. Wait, when did I unboolean it? Okay, well, I'm just gonna fix this. Oops. Wait, why didn't it actually apply the boolean? It only grouped it. Oh, that's really weird. It's not doing it. Maybe if I move it a little bit. Huh. I've actually never had that happen to me before. It's just grouping it. Let me try going back. Okay, so let's try. Yeah, no, it's still doing it. Well, I guess I'll just let's join the legs. Oh well. Hello. I'll just fix this up once again. But in short, that we've technically made our character. So they're now ready to be rigged. Just select all this. Mesh. Faces. Flip normals. Okay, so now we got this again. So now we have a... I was just trying to design just a quick character. For the next session, we're going to be rigging it and do some animations for it. Well, I guess while you're here, I can ask as well. I'm facing like a weird error.
The lighting bug?
No, it's not that. It's like this is booleans. So if I try to join this and this union, it doesn't do the union. It just keeps this. But yet the other leg, let me undo that. The other leg, if I do it, boom, it works.
Did you select only the right leg?
No, I selected both of these, both the body and the leg. Is it the order I'm doing it in? Guess it's the order. I don't know why that wasn't working.
I don't know where that.
Yeah, because it's union. Unlike with like difference, where it's just like which one are you removing, or like slice. It's like this one shouldn't matter. I guess we have a little bit of time, so I can. We can. Oh my God! Why?
Yeah.
All the normals flip. Everything but what I had before. Okay, well, what we can do, save ourselves some time. I forgot to change it to wireframe. I'll select just the leg again. Oh God, no, now this is joined. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I have all that. I can just do select inverse. I can select everything else and then faces, flip normals. Yay! Okay, but now what I'll do quickly while we still have a little bit of time, I'll just round out the bottoms of the feet. So let's just grab all that. I forgot to do this again. Nice fun from here to here. I would just delete those. So I have little flat feet, and what I can do, select points. I can select each face. Oh, you can do that.
You can select actually, I'm just by holding down Alt. So Alt, and then and then you click on
Oh, you learn something new every day. I shouldn't have selected both. Okay, I want to select one at a time. Hit F, and voila, now they're the face. Though if we want to, normally it's not like super good to make all of those edges. Like to have a, I don't even know, like a 16-sided face. Oh man. We can just go from the bottom. Yeah, actually we don't need that face either. Oh, it's well, yeah, you can just delete it. It's because I forgot to do the boolean in the first place for joining these. So that's going to be kind of annoying later on, especially when we do the texturing, but oh well. We make mistakes. Let's do that.
For like doing like circles like these, is there a way to like easily make a center point and just connect to that way you can make triangles, right? It's not going to go around. Like usually what I do is I'll just like copy paste the point in the middle side and then drag it down and then delete it right. I wonder if there's like an easier way.
I just like
do like a grid sort of.
I just like to do it like this. That way it's only 4 vertices. Oh god, not what I wanted. Oh, so I'm just holding on shift to select each vertex and then F for face. Yeah, it creates a face. And I'll do it to the other side. Okay, I want to make sure I select everything correctly, or it's going to look very weird. I'm selecting everything else. Oops. Alright, there we go. Now he's got little flat feetsies. It's real, they're like not symmetrical. Well, they're not facing forward, but oh well, that's something that can bother me later. So now we can just save this. Okay. I'll just name it workshop. I already have that. I already have a character. Let's call it dummy. Damn it, I've already done that. Blah. Yes, we've got that.
I just keep
But yeah, that's, I guess that's everything for this one. Next time we'll actually put little bones in here and we'll have him be able to move. We could probably, I can also introduce another screen. You can also just have 2 different viewpoints if you like, but oh god, I hit Control V. Didn't delete it. Okay, now we're good. But this is more like you can then mess with all of these, like UVs, and the dope sheet for animating all of your frames. The action editor, it looks the same, but it's different, I swear. But yeah, that'll be the end of this workshop. Next time we will not have recording problems. Now you get to see into forever, and I'll stop the stream.